Yo, yo. And Donna's listening. I saw your message, Donna. And Maureen's on. Yay. I'm drinking some new coffee. This stuff's pretty good. This stuff's pretty good.
Is it? What you got?
Well, you know her, Janet Leonard from Ireland.
Hmm.
She's doing pharmacy, which is they're in like, I don't know, 15 countries or something. So I signed up with her because I sign up with a lot of stuff. And I bought some stuff to try, and this is chicory coffee that has collagen in it,
Wow.
and it's actually instant, so you can just put a couple teaspoons in and do it, and it's actually pretty good. I got it a few days ago and hadn't tried it yet. She messaged me and said somebody else wanted to know how it was, so I thought, well, I better try it.
Yeah.
And it's actually really good. Mmm, Penny.
Hi, Lisa. Hi,
How are
Maureen.
you?
Hi there. How are you this morning?
Good. How are yuns doing?
Surviving.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's about it.
Oh, I'm doing fabulous. I don't care what's going on. I'm fabulous. Yeah, and if I'm not, I will be by the time I get done convincing myself. So,
Right.
That's the only way to be.
but it is funny when you say that to people because I say it as a routine thing. So when I'm at the grocery store checking out, the cashier will say, "How are you today?" She expects you to say something like, "Oh, I'm doing all right," or "I'm getting by." I say, "I am fabulous," and she says, "Wow!" They all have some kind of reaction. I said, "You're gonna be something. You might as well be fabulous."
Right.
I think it's funny. So
That makes
anyway,
sense.
yeah, who was telling me they thought people, well, I stand out because of the hair probably, but people don't make fun of me to my face. So but I think it's funny that like the young girls who also have colored hair, or a few of the older gals, but mostly the young girls, they all like secretly give me the thumbs up, like when you see two Harley drivers pass each other and they're doing so like my cart in the grocery store. I like and we all know what we're talking about. So
Right.
yeah. But yesterday, what the lady I saw a lady, I think it was at the bank. No, no, that was the grocery store. She was cashiering and she wasn't necessarily all that friendly. And so I wasn't going to say anything, but she had like a blue streak in the front, which I thought was awesome. But she was being grouchy. But if I was a cashier at a grocery store, I'd be grouchy too, though. So, because I can imagine what she's going to deal with.
Yeah.
So I didn't say anything. All I said was, like that. That's all I did. And she said, and that was it. She did, I think she said something about you went for it because she had a streak. And I said, yeah, the full Monty. I was afraid after I left, she thought the full Monty meant and then I thought, right, right. No, the drapes don't match the carpet.
Yeah.
I no, I kept it separate. Just in case you're wondering, I don't go to all that trouble. But anyway, Maureen's happy about that. Yeah, that was too much information, wasn't
That
it?
was way TMI, but it's totally totally your personality, totally you, and
Expected, right?
totally funny. Totally funny.
Totally okay. Anyway, that's the dog in case you can hear can you hear it or no? The dog toy. No, okay.
Oh,
Um they last weekend, I didn't know they were going to do it either. They had a like send out cards or promptings, which is the um well, let me say the whole thing in case you're new listening to this. The company itself is called Promptings, and SendOutCards is a brand that Promptings carries. So very similar to most of you are familiar with Avon. If you're not a representative, you probably were at one point, but that's the same thing as Avon is the company name and a new. is a line that they carry. Send out cards is a line that promptings carries. Okay. Uh, Donna says my coworkers order. I'm laughing at it. Yeah, I am a little. Yeah, I'm proud of that, by the way. I got to be a little edgy somehow.
Mhm.
I mean, come on, I'm driving a minivan. They gotta do something. So anyway, send out card promptings um change their pricing for send out cards, which is fine. They've done that plenty of times in the past, which all companies do. And it's funny that uh some people get annoyed with me because uh I don't when the company has a hour-long video explaining it, and just give me the chart. Let's look at the chart together because I don't really want the explanation. I just want to see the choices. And I do want to, in my own defense, I can't explain Avon's comp plan, and I've earned a few $1 million from them, and I never could explain it. So I don't think it's necessary to know that. But for this particular thing, I think it's important to look at it and see what your usage is and see where you fit in the scheme of things. I think that's it. And when you're trying to explain it to someone else, best I can tell, it's
It's
still the best value, even if you don't personalize it. The personalization to me is what makes it so valuable. Being able to put your own pictures, have your own font, do the whole thing, that's what makes it valuable to me. But even if, let's say, you're just getting a stock card, signing it with just a regular font and sending it, it's still far cheaper than it is in the store. And the reason I know that for a fact is I got a card in the mail. I got a card. Is this the one? Yeah, it is the one, I think. A card in the no, this isn't the one. I got a Hallmark card, a sympathy card in the mail, and on the back it showed the price from Hallmark, and it was $3.99. And it was a beautiful card, but $3.99 plus postage puts it over $4.60 because it's 68 or something for postage. That's almost $5. Ours are nowhere near that expensive. So even if you took out the ability to personalize it so much, it's still a good value just by itself. With that being said, I'm not sure why they have like an hour explanation on how this is awesome because maybe it's for brand new people. Go ahead, Maureen.
I will tell you, and if anybody else watched it live, let me know, or if you watched the replay. I thought the explanation of it was extremely confusing. The
I
way
just thought
they
it was
explained
long,
it
right?
was long and it was confusing because I was reading the chat and people were freaking out in the chat because nobody could understand the way they were explaining it because they started with the solo, those packages.
Oh, the big
That's
ones,
what they
yeah.
started with.
Yeah.
And then they went into all the other pricing, but the way we understood it was we have to sell those in order to sell the others.
Yeah, no, that's
And
not
it
the
was just
case,
it was
right?
so confusing. And me
Yeah.
with my brain, I was like, I don't understand this.
And in their defense, not that I'm trying to cover up for them, but as a salesperson, I do that with my customers. So if a customer says to me, "What do you have for dry skin?" I don't start with the $3.99 jar. I start with the $35 or $45 jar and work my way backwards. So that's probably what they're doing. However,
However,
I don't think,
it's
yeah, most people are not buying those big giant packages.
no, and it was just
So,
so confusing. So,
yeah, Kathy said, I agree. I was almost ready to turn it off. I watched first part live and the affiliate part replay. Yeah, so don't worry about that part. I think that's what I wanted to share. There are going to be affiliates that uh are really into the detail and want to know every little bit of the thing and have to listen to the replay 12 times and make sure they got it all right. That's not me. I'm going to look at the charts, get the best choice that I think I've got, grab that deal, quit thinking about it, and I'm going to move on sending cards
right.
and getting my value out of it. So that's my suggestion is let's just look at the chart together. So how can we make it work if we want to refer others to send out cards? Well, that's why I brought up the part that's Kathy. I actually can't explain Avon's comp plan. I can't explain it. I never could. And I've sold for them for 40 years. I've got the 5th largest team in the country and I can't explain it. So, and I recruit people all the time who don't ask me to explain it. Very few people ask me to explain it. And when they want me to explain it, I give them the chart. Look at this. So, Kathy, I'm not sure that we have to know it to show it. We don't have to know it inside out to show it. We can just send them to the video. Maybe they're analytical people that need to know the whole explanation. We can send them to the video. Luckily, oh, Kathy can't unmute. I'm sorry. But at least I'm following along what you're saying, Kathy. So anything you want to say, I'll read out. Okay. I don't think you have to know the inside out of the pricing or the comp plan. I don't think either one of those things are necessary to be successful and earn money doing this or just using it. You can be a customer, you can be an affiliate without knowing the whole inside outs of either the pricing or the comp plan. It sounds crazy, but I've worked for myself all these years and I can't even think of a company that I rep for that I can explain their pricing or comp plan. No, I don't like, matter of fact, the one that I'm doing with Molly, I don't like the BVs, XCs, or she put up a graphic yesterday about all the acronyms and I almost lost my mind. I think companies that have to use that many acronyms are missing the point. But anyway, I don't worry about that. I just worry about what I need to do to either get what I want to get for products or get my pay as a team leader, whatever it is, the requirements, and then that's it. I don't explain it. So Kathy says, just what plan would you recommend for individual and which one for, say, realtors? Oh, good. So let's look at the choices.
Yeah.
And I do have my my trusty old-fashioned calculator. So let's look at the choices because I could tell at a glance that they're still less than my $3.99 Hallmark card plus postage. I could tell even looking at it at a glance that it was less than that. So let's go see. I know they changed the 10 card
Our challenge.
They're not
Yeah.
calling it that anymore, but it's so similar. It's
It's
actually 3 cards for $5.
it's 3 for $5 for 7 days.
Includes postage.
Yeah, for 7 days.
It's actually they realize that a shorter amount of time with the less cards gets people to act faster. Some people were just putting it off and not even doing their 10. So 3 sounds more doable. So I get that. So on the SendOutCards site, when you sign in, you click on account and then account right there. And there's actually a heading over here called pricing. And there, I think the PDF's right when you get on, or you might have to click on it. Okay. Okay, this we can go right from the top. So the 3 card sampler. So instead of them calling it the 10 card challenge, they're calling it the 3 card sampler. So like I send out a card promoting SendOutCards, excuse me, every day. And mine said the 10 card challenge. And I had bought a customized URL, bluehairedcardsender.com, and redirected it to the 10 card challenge page. They made it so it goes to the new 3 card sampler page, so I didn't even have to do anything about that. I didn't make the URL specific to the 10 card challenge, so I didn't have to do anything about that. And I just pretty much had to change the 10 to a 3, the 20 to a 5, and the 20 days to a 7. So that's all you have to do if you have something already out there. This is not that different. I think they just tweaked it because people weren't acting fast enough. 20 days, you're thinking, oh, well, I'll put it on. And a lot of people weren't doing their whole 10 cards and stuff. Okay, so that's $5 for 3 cards over 7 days, and it includes the postage. Okay, so then that is a one-time thing now. The 10 card challenge, they were letting you buy over and over, and that was a bad idea because then people were doing that rather than actually using the system. Okay, so that's that one. Now, standard gratitude plans. Oh, okay, so these are the regular. If you're already on a subscription now, you can stay there. It said that already. Okay, so you can stay there if you want to.
Let me
But
move
we
you
have
guys.
17 a month. What's different about all of these plans I do know is now they're delivered greeting cards, which means they include postage. So 17 a month, that's $3. Oh, no, 17 a month, let's see. 15% discount, I guess, full system features, which means you get the contact manager and as many pictures. So monthly fee, okay. So that I don't know. I don't know something already. You listen, Maureen, do you know this? Is the 17 just the membership fee, and it's $3 per card.
Right, then you have to, I believe, if I remember correctly, help me, Kathy, if you remember, I think it's, you pay the $3 per card. It was
That
kind of
includes
like
the
the
postage.
third, yes.
Okay,
And
so that makes
Kathy, I
sense.
agree with what you said about the card, a card being a card. I do like that one. They
Okay,
got
so
away the system sends and everything.
which is good because that was so confusing for so many people about the difference between a heartfelt and a system send. Now
Yeah.
that's if they're a new person, that's not in play anymore. Okay, so it seems to me this first monthly one, the big advantage to go on 37 is that the 17 doesn't include any cards. You pay $3 per card, including postage though. So you're still saving money from going down the store. It's still more convenient. But the second one includes 15 cards for the 37, and then it's $3 a card. So that is still a decent price though, and you get all the features from it. Am I missing anything on that?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so the 37, right, divided by 15, those are only 247 a card for those. If you take the $37 divided by 15 cards, that's only $2.47. That's including the postage. So what's postage? 68 or something like that. So that'd be minus 0.68. That makes it about $1.80 for a card. And you can't get the only way to get cards that cheap is, and I don't like to compare on price only, by the way, but the only way you can get a card for $1.80 is if you're buying a box at Dollar Tree or something that has all generic and the paper quality is really thin, like a big box of cards. You could probably get them cheaper that way, but you can't get a card the quality that we're getting for that kind of money. Am I right or am I right?
Oh, you're right.
As a salesman, am I right or am I right?
Oh, you're right.
You like that? Okay, so the next one, I didn't mean to salesman you there, but then the next one is the standard card pack, $145. Okay, and that's 50 cards. So it'd be 140, wait a minute, 145 divided by 50. That's $2.90. And the monthly membership, that includes the membership fee and cards to be sent or scheduled in 1 month of purchase. Well, that makes sense. Okay. Is there anything different about that one? Card pack. That just makes them a little bit less per card. Okay. Oh, and then there's another option, right? No, okay. So then the other ones, oh, and then this one's, oh, that's what I'm on still, the 97. Okay. Now these ones are if you've got some money sitting around and you you want, well, though, actually this would be, to Kathy's point, a realtor would be buying something like this because that is a tax deductible expense. These are less money. So like the solopreneur package is delivered greeting cards, $4.95 divided by 150 is $3.30 per card, which is more, but you get, see, you get 2 hours of the expert assistance. So you get somebody to help you send the cards. So if the realtor didn't want to deal with it, they would get the 2 hours that could send those cards for them. And then right next to that is the 200 cards. You don't get help doing it, but they're less per card divided by 200. So that's only $2.48. That's one of the cheapest ones right there, $2.48. So if you're sending a ton of cards, it makes sense to have these packages, but that would be like a realtor or a big business owner or something like that. Don't you think?
Yeah. Well, did you see our plan? They've changed our plan too.
Okay, what did they change about it?
Um, wait,
I don't, they're just not offering it.
right. If you are a new person coming in for the 97, you
You
can only
can't.
send 50 cards per month. That one I do remember. It's
Oh, I
50.
thought you can't do the 97
I
under the new,
I thought I saw the 97.
because I think they have to go to the 145. I think there's not
Okay.
in between, but I'm not totally sure. There's a chart coming up. Let's look at that in a second. Okay. So these other bigger packages are more or less just to save money if you're a big card sender. And you get so many days for them to use them too, I think here.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, cards to be sent or scheduled within 3 months of purchase. So you get 3 months to do it. These would be for like a realtor or a car dealership or some of the bigger senders is buying them in bulk like that. So most people, if you're trying to sell to businesses, you'd need to know this, but you'd be up here for most people.
Right.
Okay. And isn't there, I thought there was a big one. Oh, here they go.
Yeah.
Here's the big ones. So these big giant packages are more or less for big senders, and it's just to get the price down. And it depends on what you need. I do like the fact that, and I saw this right away, that they have an option where you're getting, they call it a gratitude expert assistance, but it's a VA, a virtual assistant. You get 4 hours of VA service with this one, or there's a second choice without the VA because I wouldn't particularly want the VA. I like doing my own cards, so it lowers the price because the 995 divided by 450 is only $2.21 a card. So see, that's quite a bit difference in price. From $3, that's saving almost 80 cents a card. And that includes the postage because they're all delivered greeting cards now, which means includes the postage. And so what's this one then? This one has the same thing. So you could do 600 cards with 6 hours of the VA, or which anybody from corporate's watching me, they're probably having a stroke that I'm saying VA. But we all know what a VA is. Okay, $14.95 divided by 700. Oh, that's only $2.14 a card, including the stamp. So I can see how some of these big packages make me wish I had $1,495 sitting around because that's a lot less money, right? But when you're selling this or showing this, it's nice that they have these bigger options for people like realtors and car dealerships and stuff. So I think that isn't that about the size of it?
I think
What does
so.
it say there? Okay. So I think the membership fee is to maintain like the contact manager and stuff. I mean, that does make sense. I have to pay other places that I have some big asset like that in their storage. So that makes sense to me somehow. Does that make sense to you guys? Because you think they're storing, for me, for example, and I'm a regular person, they're storing 10,000 people in my contact manager,
Right.
and God only knows how many pictures in my picture thing. That's all being stored on their servers, so I can understand why they would want to charge a monthly fee for that. Let's see. So what do you think? What was your thoughts when, other than it was so confusing? Let me go back to here.
Well, they kept saying, and please, Kathy, Donna, correct me if I'm wrong. He kept saying that you have, not that you have to, but do this, and then they can do the monthly. You have to, the way it made, I thought about it, the way it made me think was we have to sell one of the big packages,
Oh,
then they add the other on. That's the way, because he kept going to those big packages. He's like,
well, it's
so
because he's a
you, so
salesman.
that's the way it made me think that they want us to sell one of those packages, and then they can add on the monthly.
Oh, Donna's saying 50 shows 50 per month too. Well, let me look at that again. Because I don't think it changed if you're grandfathered in.
No, you got to be and you got to be
So
very
you must
careful,
be
because
able,
I almost clicked switch package when I was looking at it,
right.
because it was,
And matter of fact, I wrote to them because it said I was locked out of the contact manager without choosing a package, and that would have switched me. And that's why I posted in the group. So they said, restart, sign out and sign back in, and that solved it. So if you weren't paying attention, you might have chose something else. Yeah, that's totally right.
yeah.
See, this one still says send it to 10 heartfelt properties card per day. So if they're offering the 97, which I don't know for sure. Oh, you know what? There's a PDF. Where's the chart? I'll click here. Because there is a chart, a 2-page PDF chart. Let's see, where's that? Plan overview PDF. There we go. Okay, it's got to be down here.
And then they wanted us to send people a 30-minute video and have them watch a 30-minute video.
Yeah, that's for some people that is not going to work, including me.
No.
Overview video, plan overview PDF.
It keeps,
Oh,
you keep
okay.
downloading it.
Downloading it. Oops. Okay. Okay, here we go. So the 97 isn't one of the plans. That's what I was thinking. But so
Huh.
you can either do, let me make this, I don't want to make it smaller, but the 3-card sampler. So if I'm showing just a person, just any person, I think I'm going to lead with the 3-card sampler, because when they sign up for the 3-card sampler, corporate sends them emails and explains the other packages, including the link to the video. Now, even though most of us here today, I think, or at least the ones that want to admit it, aren't necessarily big detail people and want to just see just give me the choices, man. Don't give me the big explanation. But there are 50% of the people in the world that want the big giant explanation. So at least they'd have that choice if corporate's sending them emails. So I think I'm still leading with the 3-card sampler, because I was leading with the 10-card challenge. So that's and look at, they even have a basic account that's $4 per delivered card. That's even cheaper than the Hallmark one, because that Hallmark card was $3.99 plus the 68 postage. Okay. So I think that's what I do. And this I could include this in a follow-up card. But yeah, that has all the choices. So this is something you can, by the way, I already did this, but you can go up to your, I don't know if you can see on my screen, up to your dots there, make this smaller and screenshot it for uh, JPEG or PNG file, and then use it in a card if you're sending somebody the information. So just wanted to make sure you knew that. Okay. And what else did you say, Donna? 147 monthly until you use that amount of cards. And then after that, it's still $3 a card to use that amount of cards, but all the package is good for only 3 months. No, I think some of them, okay, let me start with the regular questions here. the good thing here is if we want to send the same card to more than one person, yes. Not send cards for you, but help with the contact manager or design. See, I think some of the things that we're able to do in SendOutCards makes it more valuable than just the price of the card. So a Hallmark card, you're going in there, you're spending time picking it out and all that stuff. But us, we have all the contact managers. So I've got my 10,000 people in there. So even when I'm on the fly, I look people up in my contact manager using the app. I'm right on my phone. And there's a value to that for me.
Peg's on.
Now, Peg, she'll admit it. Peg's the detail lady. She wanted to listen to the whole explanation and wanted all the ins and outs. So,
Hi, kids.
hey, Miss Peg, how are you?
I'm okay. Just getting back from the doctors.
Oh, a good report, I hope.
Yeah, this is the hip doctor, so new medicine. We're going to give it a try and all that stuff. So, hey,
Awesome. If he gave
So-
me any pain meds, save some for me.
right. So, what did you just say I was going to do? I'm a detail person
No,
and what?
I was explaining that half of the world is like me and half the world is like you. You and I are different that way. It was blowing your mind that I did not want to sit through the hour or two explanation of this. I wanted the PDF and that's what I wanted. I don't want the whole explanation.
Yeah,
But there
right.
is 50% of the world that does want that. So let me tell you what I was suggesting, and then you tell me your thoughts if you don't mind.
I
was
don't mind at all.
suggesting-
I'm going to eat while I'm listening.
Beautiful. If you're talking to a person, I would lead with the 3-card sampler, and then corporate sends them emails with links to all the big giant explanation. So then they would have both the best of both worlds. If they don't want the big explanation, they can just click on the PDF with the chart. If they do, they'll have the link and you won't be forced to explain the whole thing. Is that correct?
That's correct.
What is your strategy? Are you gonna lead with the 3-card sampler?
So, yeah, if it's a new person who's never heard about our product, that's the best way to go, is let them test drive it with we're doing, it's like 357 is the way to explain it. 3 cards, $5, 7 days to send them. 357. And Cody was pretty adamant about not going back to, he said, lots of times we go back to the people we've talked to before. If you see them or, don't waste time, but don't go back to them. Reach out to new people who maybe never heard of us and tell them about it. And they don't know what they never knew before. Stop talking about what used to be, just talk about the new plans going forward. It's a little confusing because they have the previous 37, we called it a subscription. Now they want us to say membership. They had the old 97 subscription. Now there's a new 97 membership.
Oh,
If you
it's
were
not
on the
chart.
90s, go ahead.
It's not on the chart though. So
Yeah, you have
Kathy was saying that too. So if there's a 97 subscription, why didn't they, or membership, why didn't they include it on the chart?
because they want you to sell the solopreneur or some of the bigger packages and then have the 97 as an add-on.
Okay.
I don't know why, but that's what they want. And Callie's role has changed. Instead of being the person with all the answers, she's just going to advocate for associates, and any questions we have that we can't get from the transition document, the pricing document, or the new packages PDF, call support. Support was apparently trained for several days on all the questions. Of course, the very first day after the Monday night call, Tuesday, nobody could get through on the phone lines. And several of us were texting support from the website to say your phones aren't working. we don't have any reports of our phones not working. And I'm like, we're telling you, the phones aren't working. And like 4 of us were texting them that oh, it appears there might be some phone issues. We'll look into that and get back to you.
No,
So,
Maureen
anyway.
and Kathy, Kathy and Maureen, if I'm speaking out of turn, you can correct me. They were watching when they were talking about the thing, unlike me, who I
Watching on
love.
Saturday Live, yeah.
Yes, I love, you'll love what Peg asked me if I was watching the explanation. I just responded no. She sent back the mind exploding emoji. Because she's like, oh, I know. It must be aggravating dealing with me because I do not
No,
like.
no. I was mind exploding because I wasn't watching on Saturday either because I was at a family reunion,
Oh, okay. So you're watching the replay thing?
but
Or on
I could
Monday?
tell that it was going to be mind blowing what Cody was in the middle of doing.
Oh, okay. But Maureen and Kathy were saying, and I totally get this, is that they were acting like we need to go out there and sell the entrepreneur and solopreneur packages and work your way backwards. But that's not something that everybody is interested in doing
Right.
because a lot of us are approaching direct sellers who are not going to be doing that kind of volume and stuff.
Right.
So I said to them, I think his strategy was only the same as I would do. Like if someone comes to me, no matter how much money I think they have, if they ask me for a skincare product, I'm starting with the big one. I'm starting with the expensive one and working my way back to whatever they're going to buy. Is that
Right.
what he's thinking? So it's still up
Yes.
to us always. It's still always
But
up to
he's
us.
not saying, yeah, he's using different language though. Instead of starting with the big price, what he's saying is the biggest price packages have the lowest cost of the product. So because you're buying volume, the cards cost less per piece.
Right.
And every card now has postage included if it's US. For international, they add $1 in addition to everything else. So our Canadian friends who are associates are kind of up in arms because in addition to the price increase, they also have $1 per card additional cost. So anyway,
But
but yeah,
that
start
they were
exactly
looking.
right. Exactly right, Lisa. Find out what they want and then tell them what we have that's a good fit for what they want.
They would have changed it if they were losing money though. So like the Canadian guys, they can't really expect it, okay, for my Avon buddies, this is the same thing as we're all complaining that deodorant price is going up. Do you know that was sinking our boat? You can't go around losing money selling something.
Right. Right.
And so he probably was losing money on international mailing because the prices have gone up. And there's
Right.
other.
And I think part of the challenge was that we were encouraged strongly to get our people to buy before the end of April, knowing that this new thing in May was coming. So several people did, and now they've spent this $500 and now they are going to incur all these extra costs. So they're working on a case-by-case basis. Somebody had a customer whose client was on the 97 a month and in March put it on pause. And, she's like, oh yeah, it says grandfathered in, but you have to be active. You paused yours, so you're not active. They were able to work with customer support and let her reactivate it this time only. If she pauses it again, she has to go with the new one. But so they are taking things on a case-by-case basis.
Oh, good. Okay, so if somebody here
So
has
that's
that
good.
issue, they should call customer service because they're
Right.
really good. I think their customer service is
They are.
genuine people that actually work there.
Right.
Right.
And they've been trained on all the new programs and all that stuff. So
I didn't
yeah.
mean to say genuine people that actually work there, but you know what I mean? Not people in India reading a script, which is
Right.
fabulous. I understand why people do that, but that's not SendOutCards.
Right.
Okay, so that's awesome. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to get. So Peg, tell us how the 97 package works. So why is it not, it doesn't look like an option for new people?
Because they don't want you to buy the 97 outright. They want it to be an add-on.
From the
And what you
bigger
get with the
package
new 97
is 50 cards a month. I
cards a
saw
month.
that.
Those
So
of
let
us
me,
that have been on the 97, have it active, we can still do 10 cards a day.
so,
The only way to see it is if you go to the solopreneur or one of the
Oh,
big
here we go.
packages. Yeah, and then you'll
Extra
see it
green.
as an add-on.
Okay. Okay, so I missed this. Okay. Enterprise gratitude plans are the bigger, the entrepreneur, the elite, the businesspreneur, and the professional. And then down here, add a 37 to 97 membership. And here's the
So if
50
you do
card.
the 97 edition, you'll get not 200 cards, but 250.
Okay. That's awesome. So the bigger packages on the right-hand side anyway are basically to lower the price of the card per card.
Right.
Okay, and the ones on the left include the VA.
Well, there's two packages.
both.
One includes a VA and one includes more cards without the VA.
Right, that's what I
So
mean.
think of
The
it
one on
like
the
a
right is more
done
cards. The
for
one on the
you
left,
and a done with you and a done for you kind of thing.
yeah,
If you don't
That's
need a VA, get more cards.
yeah.
If you need that 2 hour of a VA, do that.
Okay, I see the thing. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Does that make sense, Kathy? Did we get most of your questions? Kathy says the 3-card sampler does not have all the features. I don't know which ones are missing. I think it doesn't have contact manager for just the 3-card sampler.
No, it does not. They want you to go from that to a 37, or they really want you to buy one of the big packages and then you'll get everything.
Right.
Another
Yeah.
really big change is everything except a bulk order that you have sent to yourself that you're going to include something else and send out yourself. Every other thing but bulk includes a US stamp.
Right.
It's
right.
called
A delivered
delivered.
card.
And then any card you send, like if you're on a 97 from before and you get up to 10 cards a day, you can send the same card to 3 or 4 people. It doesn't need to be each individualized heartfelt card. It can be
Oh.
3 cards in one day delivered, and so that's a big change too. They still want you to send out heartfelt cards because they know the value of people receiving them, but it doesn't have to be 10 individualized heartfelt cards every day. It can be a combination of duplicates and that kind of thing.
That's kind of great because that was about I spent most of my time doing is explaining the difference.
Right.
So that's awesome. Hey Judy, how are you? Judy's on mute. She maybe can't talk. I'm not sure.
Oh, Peg, I want to thank you for saying it was confusing because I was so confused.
Yeah, there are a number of people that were very confused, and Cody is just like, just start using it. It'll come easy. And Callie on Monday night wouldn't take any questions whatsoever. The answer was, look at the PDF, call support.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And kept saying how her role was changing. She's not going to be the answer girl anymore. She's going to be much more about the experience. So, I don't know.
And they said they've been working on this for 2 years.
2 years, right.
2 years.
Well, one of the confusing points is that they have 2 plans that are 97 and one is 50 cards a month and one is 10 cards a day.
But
why didn't they change it from 97 to 119 or, something a little bit different so we could tell them all apart?
But the 97 that's 10 cards a day, no one can sign up for. That's a grandfather.
Right. It has, right.
They want to phase that one out.
You want to take it out?
They have
No, I said it sounds like they want to phase that one out.
Yeah,
They
probably.
do, but so far in my experience so far, they haven't gotten, almost hardly ever do they totally get rid of something. They leave the people that are in it in it.
And we appreciate that.
Yeah, even the $17 plan, anybody who was on a $17 plan gets to keep the $17 plan. I think you don't get the,
If they want it. Oh, there's a chart for that too. I saw it. There's a chart for what.
yeah,
the
cards are
information is.
$4 a piece and include a stamp.
Well, I'm glad they kept the 97 because if they raise it, I'm gonna have to stop doing it because
You and
you
me
know,
both.
I struggle sometimes to pay the 97. And with
Right.
the tax, it's for me, it's over $100.
Right.
Right.
It is for me too.
Yeah,
It's 102 and change, I think. 102.47 or something like that.
mine's 105.12.
But
I
now
think mine's
think of it,
104 something.
but
yeah.
why would that make you stop it totally? Because you still would be paying less than for a card. And you wouldn't be spending 97 because you'd be buying just the cards you want. Right? So it wouldn't, to me personally, it wouldn't be if they do away with the 97, I'm not going to use the system. It's just that I might send less cards. But that's
That's what I mean. I would have to stop doing the night. If they raised it, I'd have to go to something else because I
Oh,
couldn't
okay, I see what you mean.
afford. Yeah, I couldn't afford to
Yeah.
do the higher.
No, I bet they won't. I bet they won't though, because they didn't even there's even people I've heard you say it, Peg, that have access to the old website that was like 4 years ago they changed. They're still letting you do that? Right. See, yeah. So
I
they
have
don't.
people,
Go ahead, Judy.
I was going to say, I still have people that are grandfathered in on the really old plan that was points that's,
Points, yeah,
what,
points, right.
$31 a month and
Yeah, they
$9.97 a month, and their points, their cards roll over every month.
Right.
Yeah.
They're
So-
not letting go of that.
Right, and you don't have to, I don't think that's a big concern that they'll cut it off, because companies have a hard time doing that, for sure. Do you know, from the Avon world, I found out, when we got bought by Cerberus, there were still like 100 people sending in paper purchase orders. They were letting them do it all this time. That was only a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And there were still people that use what was that other system called? Oh my God, the
The
Avon
fast.
Plus or something. What was
Oh,
it? The somebody else came up with a thing that intertwined with Avon so they could submit their order, but they had an inventory control in it or something. But it was something like that, and it was a software program. There were still people using that too, even though we've had Avon.com for what, a decade and a half at least now. So
at least, yeah.
yeah, so I think companies don't necessarily move on. They don't do it, and especially I haven't seen SendOutCards do it ever.
Well, SendOutCards used to have a program called Sendogo.
Oh yeah, they didn't say
Mhm.
that there's still people
So
doing that.
there are still people doing Sendogo, and customer service had to work with somebody to reinstate something so Sendogo would still work for one of their clients.
So I think, if you like where you are, stay where you are.
Right.
And when
Right.
you're showing somebody new, I would lead with the 3, and then the 3-card sampler, and then let them send them the automated emails with the links for the explanation for the bigger packages, and let the customer decide on their own. That would be my
And when
game.
I used to do a 10-card challenge demo, and now when I do the 3-card 357 option, I'm going to make sure that potential customer has the customer service phone number. If you have any questions, call this number. And then that takes you out of the loop for the majority of things. I would still follow up and say, how you doing? 4 days in, how you doing with your cards? You got 3 more days to send. Can I help you in any way? Make sure they have the 801 customer service number and just keep telling more people about it.
No, I like it. Yep, that sounds like a good plan to me. Yeah, I'm bad about that. I don't wanna have to explain, well, you know who else is like that is Jordan. He doesn't sit there and talk about the comp plan. When he
Yeah,
has
he doesn't.
meetings
Mm-mm.
with his team, they do stuff together. Because you wanna hang around with him. You wanna be successful like Jordan. You wanna do what he's doing. He doesn't spend his time explaining the comp plan. He spends his time building relationships on his team.
Yeah, point to a tool and let the customer learn from the tool and make sure they have the customer support phone number and keep on trucking.
I can unmute now, I think.
Yes, I hear you.
I did learn one good thing from Jordan on the call, and I actually put it into action. He talked about where he had gone to a restaurant. And he took a picture of the server, and then he asked for the manager's name, blah, blah, blah. And he sent the card to the manager. And of course, he included a $25 American Express card, which I didn't, because he's
That's
the number
awesome.
one income earner.
Right,
But anyway,
right.
we went. My sister and I went to a restaurant, and we had the best guy helping us. So he was so cute, and he posed kind of for the picture like a Vanna White. I took his picture, and I sent, and he took our picture. So in little, I put my sister and I's picture and his picture big, and sent it to the manager. And then I made a QR code for the restaurant and put it on the back.
Oh,
And send it
that's
to
awesome.
yeah.
Oh, I
So-
love
Good
that,
idea.
Kathy. That is a good idea. That's
So I
awesome.
think he'll have fun when he gets it anyway.
So let's all agree then is let's go do a Facebook espionage and still worry about the things that matter in this, which isn't the
Mhm.
pricing or the comp plan or all that stuff. What really matters is the impact that the cards have on people. In the big picture of things, it's less than buying a car in the store. No matter what,
Right.
all the plans are less. Even the basic plan where you pay in more per card is less than the store. So
And it includes the stamp.
and includes the stamp. So
Mhm.
I say my suggestion is I wouldn't keep worrying about it. It is what it is, and now I'm just going to keep sending my cards and making a difference in the world. That's what I want to do. So let's do a Facebook espionage, shall we? Oh, Judy, there you are.
Hi.
Hey, if you don't mind, we do a Facebook espionage. Those are my favorite things to do.
Well, you know, Jordan told an interesting story on his little part on Monday night. And I
Mhm.
don't usually watch Jordan, but I did for some reason I watched him. And he has houses all over the place, but he has an apartment or something in one of the casinos. And I guess he parks in valet. They came with his car. I can't remember what car he was driving, and he said that before he drove off, he looked around and there was no cars. So he started to drive and he heard this crunching sound. And he couldn't figure out what it was, so he kept going. Well, come to find out, he I think it was a Lamborghini or something. He demolished the side, but he was late for something. So the valet and everything knows him. And he said, give this guy my name and number, have him call me. I have to go. I'll be back. I have to go to this charity event, but I'll be back. Guess the valet called him and said, you need to get back here right away because he's going to call the police as a hit and run. He went back. He met with the guy. The guy was pissed, he said. He met with the guy. Long story short is because of his relationships he's made with the valet, and the valet told this gentleman all about Jordan, they kept it out of the insurance and they're just paying. Jordan's going to pay for all the repairs.
That's
He says,
awesome.
but if it wasn't for those relationships that I have built, this could have been a lot worse. And
Yeah,
it's
that
so,
was an awesome story.
That is
yeah.
awesome. If you don't mind the Facebook espionage, this is Dana Cohen. She's I think she's in my 4th or 5th in my Avon downline. And she needs a kidney. This is the kidney donor that's going to give her a kidney. And that is awesome. That's her hero. Save image.
Lisa,
as
I'm going to jump. I just got on in case you had questions, but I will see you again tonight.
Thank you.
Bye,
Okay.
Peg.
Bye.
Good
Bye.
night.
See you later.
Thanks. Peg knew I would. I appreciate you saving my butt.
Oh, No saving needed. Bye.
Bye, Peg.
Bye. Okay, so I'm saving the picture. This is Dana and,
I think his name is
I'm go-
Max.
what'd you say?
Is it Max or Matt?
Well, I was thinking that she did put it, but I'm not gonna put that because I'm trying to do fast and dirty. You know how I like that.
Mhm.
Fast and dirty, send a card. Okay, here we go. Fast and dirty. And then I'm gonna go down and it's an up and down vertical card. Custom. And flat card. And I've got a new thing where I'm doing my 10 that I do per day. When I'm home, I'm going to do my lists. When I'm in Yonkers, I'm going to make sure I do 10 espionages a day. That is my new thing. Because that's what I should be doing anyway. Here we go. Espionage, more espionages. There. Now on the back, this is a flat card, so I only have the back to worry about. I'm going to put your knight in shining armor. Let's see, how about kidney love? That's weird, isn't it? Kidney love. He saved the day. Okay, yeah, it doesn't have to be profound here, and I'm going to put a background color just because I can, and then that's it. That's a fast and dirty. Proceed to cart. That'll be good though, because what am I doing here? Okay, so that's part of my 10 for today. Add the recipients, and it's Dana C.O.H. Cohen. I could have put any part of that, by the way, and it would have come up with her. There. And done. And check out. And it's included. Confirm and send. Yay! No, she must be really, really happy to have found a match.
Mhm.
That's for sure. I know I would be.
Yeah.
That must be scary as crap. So that's an awesome one. So I would say don't obsess about this too much about the change, because since I've been doing send out cards with 15 years, they probably had at least 10 changes, I think. At least. As a matter of fact, Avon, the one I've been doing 40 years, oh my God, I can't even tell you how many times we've had changes with them. So it's less really about the change. Once you know what the changes are, see the little chart and all that stuff, pick what's going to work for you, and then pick what you're going to send people to. So for me, I'm going to stay where I am grandfathered because that makes sense for my business. And I'm going to lead with the 3-card sampler. And now that I have that sorted out, I did save the PDF evidently multiple times. And I'm going to find ways to include that in my promo. Kathy says, I agree not to get lost in the details, just go spread the love. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because it makes no sense to get caught up in it, because it's not something that we vote on or anything like that. So it's not like, I see a lot of people, not just with SendOutCards, but with all of them, all the direct sales companies, instead of just seeing what it is, they'll say, but wouldn't it be better if they did this instead? Or wouldn't it be better if they did this instead? Well, yeah, that's always true, but we're not on the committee. And plus we're only seeing one side of the tapestry. We don't know the costs involved in what they're doing. We don't know if they were losing money on international postage. There's so many things that we don't know, that all we really can do, in my opinion, is find out what they are offering, pick what we want that'll work for us, what we're going to promote, and then just move along. Because to get caught up in the what we wish it would be, or what we wish they would say, or what we wish they would do, just stops you from using it. And gets you stuck, in my opinion. I see people quit, like over at Avon. I see people quit all the time over stuff that we have no control over, and I don't understand that myself. You know what I mean? I'm not going to quit over them
Right.
raising the price of deodorant, because I don't know I'm assuming they're raising the price of the order so that everyone can make some money. They're not gonna lose money on a product. So to quit over that seems, I don't know, like shoot yourself in the foot. You know what I mean? Because
I know.
money.
And the other thing too that I find hysterical is when they announce they're quitting.
Oh, right, right. If you're
Yeah,
really genuinely quitting, just quit, move along with your day. Right?
exactly. Exactly.
Don't need
You
some
know,
big fanfare, right? Right.
yeah.
So for us, for all of us that just want to be consistent, earn some money and use some good tools, just find out what will work for you, find out what you want to lead for if you want to be an affiliate, and then just keep using the system. Because to
Mhm.
me, every single day I make sure to send my 10. So I know somewhere in the world today, 10 cards are going to land somewhere because I sent them last week. So 10 people today are going to get my cards, and hopefully maybe one or two of them will make a difference for them.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm in it for. And I'm in it. I like being an affiliate because I like to help other people have that feeling too. It's really nice to have, somebody say that they got something and it meant a lot to them from me. And it's frankly really nice to get cards that mean a lot to me too. Though, those. Yeah, Maureen sends me a whole bunch of cards. Thank you, Maureen.
Did you get the Limerick card?
Oh, I don't think I got that one yet, but I got ones yesterday. Maybe one of these is it this one? Wait a minute. I got one I didn't open yet.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute. Could be this one. Could be this
It could
one.
be that one.
National Limerick Day. Yes.
That's
Greeting card poet. It said, in the town where the Avon doth flow, lived a merchant with products in tow. Oh, did you do this on AI?
ChatGPT. Yeah.
With lotions and potions and fragrant notions, her catalog made quite a show. Oh, this is cute. From lipsticks to scents so divine, her customers formed quite a line. With each passing day, they'd eagerly pay for beauty that seemed to outshine. So if ever in need of a fix for skincare or makeup tricks, just give Avon a call, for they've got it all in bottles and tubes and lipstick. Oh, that's so cute. That
Thank
is
you.
really
And it's
cute.
funny. I mailed those out before the Mother's Day cards.
Oh, when I got that one first. Well,
Yeah.
don't forget, I'm getting Pony Express up here or whatever mule service. I'm out. I'm out where?
Yep. But yeah,
That is so cute. I gotta
is
do
that
more
cute?
of that with the chat GPT thing with the poems. I think those are cute. Those
Yeah.
are
I thought
awesome.
that was fun. And I was like, it's a Limerick Day. And so
That's
I
awesome.
I sent that to a bunch of Avon friends.
That is awesome. So this week, if you want an assignment, oh, you didn't get to do anything, Maureen. Did you ask?
That's okay.
Sorry.
This is what I want you guys to do for me. I want you guys, if you can think of something that you're interested in learning, or if you have an idea but you don't know how to get it going, will you private message me? If you have my phone number, will you text me it? Because I'm starting a list of ideas of things that out of the box ideas. And one I learned the other day was that we can actually use SendOutCards to make a journal.
Oh,
Do
that's
do
true.
a few journals. Not a lot
Yeah.
of journal entries, but so
Oh,
I'm
that's a
playing
good
around
idea.
with stuff. I'm playing around with stuff.
Because I've done
And
that with not a
I
journal,
sent,
but like the dream collage.
yes, yep.
Yeah. The
Um,
dream collage I sent to myself.
yes, we could do that. Let's see. Oh, you can make paper dolls on Canva.
Oh, oh, that's neat. So you could send
Yeah,
that to a child. Yeah, that's neat. I like that.
yep. So I'm starting a little list. I've got my little list here of
Well,
stuff
awesome.
that I'm working on. I did send a bunch of cards yesterday. And I got of the same card, I got to send out some more today. Um, which I made on Canva.
Well, that is fabulous. We'll be on tonight, by the way. I haven't talked to Mr. Jeff this morning. My understanding is that I think we're going to count down to wrap up on the show because we've been doing a long time now. but where I believe it's 17 shows away from 100. So what I think we're going to go through the 100 and then have a big 100 show, and then that's going to be it. So you don't want to miss any between now and then, because I'm
Right.
going to make sure I pick it. I hate that term, pick his brain, but I want to get all the information out of him I can, because we've had such good access to a man of his stature. I know it
Yes.
sounds weird, but he goes around speaking and has all these books and does all this stuff, and we've had unlimited access to him, and we're spoiled, but we need to get everything we can get because he's going to move on to his other projects. So yeah, but I think we're going to do that and go into the 100th show, but one of them's going to be tonight. As far as I know, he is available, so that is awesome. Hope to see you guys tonight, and
Yeah.
post some things in the group if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Kathy, he is. We just didn't know him before this, but the whole rest of the world did.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Maureen? I'm sorry.
As I say, I don't use, if I can't get you live, I always watch the replays. And you guys just crack me up.
Yeah, I just like to make him blush. What can I tell you?
Yeah. Yeah. We
So,
still need the green room though. The green room.
oh, I know we haven't done that. I know. Yeah, we do get a little racy in there. He doesn't think that's funny, but oh well.
You can make a bloopers reel.
Do you know, I hold back like the real raunchy thing I was going to tell him until just before I hit live. And that's why half the time he comes on, he's all laughing and stumbling because I just told him something raunchy. And he's like, please don't do that. So I do it twice as much now because, right, how can I
Right.
not do it when he says don't do it? I mean, ask my mother. That was the first thing I did when she said don't do something. Anyway, thank you all for coming, and sorry it was so much about the pricing thing, but I wanted to make sure we were all set with that because we don't want to spend so much time with that. We want to go on making a difference in the world. So let's go out there and make a difference in the world, and let's just concentrate on that. Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you very much,
Thank
everybody.
Thank you both. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.